Hello, everybody, and welcome back to episode 80 of the Everything Motor Racing podcast. I'm going to ask Cameron first. Why does it start with the number 80,
God.
please?
No, sorry. Wait. Right.
No Googling.
With no cheating.
No, well, listen, do you know what? I was reflecting on this last week, and genuinely, unless I have seen them that day, i.e. Iagura last week,
Yeah.
I'm useless. I honestly can't think of them. You got 4 of them.
Yeah, I've got a few, but
Right.
I don't know how many I've got on top of the head. So,
Yeah, no, sorry. I'm done. Go for it. I've had a
that's
busy
fine.
day.
Go on, Jacob.
Well, going up in the classes from Junior World Championship Moto 3, David Alonso.
Okay, yep.
Moto 2, there's 2 of them that I've got. It was Hector the Caravan, Hector Barbara.
Yeah.
Tits Rabbit, before he went to 53. And then in MotoGP, Curtis Roberts. Remember him?
Nice. Yeah, it's a good shout. Well, I can add to that one with the Moto E rider, Jasper Emoema.
Yep. Yes, Brave as well. Yep.
Yeah, Jasper
What about him?
Emoema. And that is it, I think.
80
Yeah, 'cause
is
I
a
had-
really weird number.
Why
It's a
did you
strange
even
number.
bother? Why did you bother going to me for that?
I don't know, just to try and see your brain
Well,
melt
the
in
thing
front of the
is,
camera. You know?
if you pull it off, you look like a fucking hero because you don't normally.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if I were to get that, you'd be like, "Oh, you just Googled it earlier, didn't you?"
I don't think I would
Scum.
because obviously we can see you.
Not all the time, though.
That's what you think.
If I was in any way organized, they'd be like, "All right, it's episode 80 today. Let me have a little Google beforehand." But here I am, unorganized, and my life's a mess. So let's do this.
Yeah, boy. Well, as always, I hope you've all had a good week. We are back. There has been not much to talk about this week because the season for MotoGP is over, but some of the biggest news, I think, is the fact that Alvaro Bautista is the 2022 World Superbike champion.
Very nice.
Yeah. Hooray. I stayed up all night for him. They were good races, to be fair. Glad to see him get it done, though, after failing to do it in 2019.
Yeah.
Struggling with Honda for 2 years. You know, he had a massive fallout with Ducati last time, so to come back now and actually do it, yeah, fair play. And he had the golden suit, the golden gloves, the golden boots, golden helmet as well.
All the class. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
No,
looked really good.
It's justified the decision, haven't it? Because people were like, "Oh, well, why are they bringing him back?" This is why.
He's done.
Yeah, that's it. He was immediately fast on it. And
Yeah.
there are, unfortunately, a lot of people hating and saying, "Oh, he's only fast because of this, he's only fast because of that." But at the end of the day, he was the best man for the job this year. And it doesn't matter, you know, about being small or fast. I'm not going to get into that argument, to be honest, but I disagree with Scott Redding. So, well, hey. But
there's certain points that are correct.
Yeah, some points are correct, but some are like,
you just
on
think
balance.
it feels like he makes some very good points, but he also makes some completely stupid points. So I think overall he's very middling. Like, you know, he's mid-pack with his opinion.
Doesn't help that the guy he's going against is the guy who has achieved what he couldn't do last year on the Ducati.
Yeah, I don't want to say sour grapes.
Bit of agenda.
That's I don't think that's fair. Like, it's not sour grapes, but it certainly isn't going to make Redding feel good. Like, seeing, you know, being on the same track, seeing Bautista get it done where he couldn't. It's certainly not going to make him feel very good about himself. You know.
And how heavy is Rinaldi?
A
big guy? I don't know.
He's not exactly
he's
huge.
About, I'd say like 50 or 60 kg.
Right, yeah, he's not. Yeah, he's just he's not Redding sized.
Mm-hmm.
He's like 5'6", 5'5".
Right.
Yeah.
So still on the smaller side. Yeah, he's on the smaller side. You would think, you know, if it was just purely down to size of rider, Rinaldi would have been up there every weekend as well.
Yeah, there's definitely talent that goes in there.
Talent of rider.
That's exactly it. That's my point.
Yeah. I can't find any information. Oh wait, let's have a look.
Are you growing a mustache?
Yeah, for November. I got
very good.
Yeah, I got a mustache.
It's like a star tash, isn't it?
It's nice. It's very nice.
My first mustache TM.
Yeah, that's it. But yeah, I do have a mustache for November. It's
not a super straightener, is it? It's very
no.
Very puberty.
Yeah, but Yeah, but neither of you have got a mustache from November, so suck your mum.
Well, I do. It's just accompanied by a beard.
Yeah, it doesn't count then,
are
does
you
it?
raising money for prostate cancer?
Yes.
Good. Would you like to plug your link on the pod?
No,
Okay,
because
then.
people will probably be able to link it back to me, and I don't want that.
Oh, God. Okay. No, fair enough. Anonymity is important. Carry on.
Yep. But, yeah, in other news, Borja Gomez has been confirmed to ride for Fantic next year in Moto 2. So it's not been officially confirmed that he'll ride in the World Championship, but given the fact that at Encima this week, they had Fantic there with Vietti and Gomez.
And no Antonelli.
Whilst Antonelli was at a basketball game with Pecco Bagnaia, kind of tells you all you need to know.
Yeah.
If you go on the MotoGP website as well, Antonelli's not listed as a rider for next year, but Gomez is.
So is Maria Herrera.
Yeah, Maria Herrera's on there. I don't understand why, but maybe we'll find something out soon. Maybe, I had a thought earlier about it, maybe that they'll run that all-female squad again and have an all-female team full-time next year. But it goes back to that thing again of, unfortunately, Maria Herrera has been there, done that, and she shouldn't be coming back. But that's story for another time. Unfortunately, it just seems like there's not another girl that's ready to step in and do that. But it's, again, to have more females in the grid would be great next year. But apart from that, I don't really think there's been too much news. We had the testing. We've had the testing.
Yes.
Yeah, we've had the testing since the last podcast.
I don't think there's anything to really touch on because it's the post-season test. Like there's, I know that there's some results you can see who's going to be better off coming off the Honda, this, that, and the other. But it's still just the Valencia post-season test on the 2022 bikes, you know?
There's still stuff we can talk about.
It's worth discussing, don't get me wrong, but what I'm saying is like Sepang and Indonesian tests in 2023, they're going to be the real indicators, not this test.
Yeah.
So far, I'm liking the look of Miguel on that Aprilia.
Miguel looked amazing.
Bez was the one I'm excited about. Bezzy on the 22. Ooh, and Paul.
Bez looks good, but
I'm calling Paul.
Hold on. He's going 100 miles an hour over here. Calm down a sec. Bring it back to Miguel quickly. Bring it back to Miguel.
One at a time.
So, Miguel obviously jumps on that Aprilia. Adapted really quick. He was 4th overall in the test.
Yeah, hang on. 2 seconds. I made a thingy of the times from FP3. And
I was going to say how comparable were the times?
Well, that's what I'm just finding it.
The race
Give me
weekend.
2 seconds, my dude.
Raul made a step forward. I know Jacob will say in a sec, but Raul made a step forward as well.
Raul's on the Aprilia.
Time on the KTM.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Both of them looked really good. Aleix ended his day early. Go on, Jacob.
So of the riders who went faster than they did in FP3, it was Luca Marini, Maverick Vinales, Bez obviously crashed and the bike caught fire, so that's not as comparable in my opinion. But he still went 1.4 seconds faster than FP3. Miguel went quicker but it was only by 0.079. So it wasn't a huge improvement
on a completely different bike.
Yes.
And be
on a completely different
quicker
bike.
by any measure. Yeah.
On his first attempt at it as well.
Not criticising, don't misunderstand me. I'm not criticising. But people were saying that he was awful on that KTM. I don't think that was the case. But the two who were excited to be a Bez and DG. DG picks up Frankie Carcetti, as I said in last pod, instantly 0.614 quicker.
Crazy. I'm hoping he can find his mojo because I don't want him to retire.
What's happened to his bike as well?
What do you mean what's happened to his bike? He's on 22.
As in, he's on the 22 now, from the 21.
He was riding Jack Miller's bike,
Factory and Pramac have 23s. Everybody else has 22. So Marini's actually the only rider staying on a 22. And then of the other riders to improve, Alex Marquez went 0.156 quicker on his first go. Paul Espargaro actually went 0.2 seconds faster on the KTM, well, the red KTM.
The gas.
Taka improved by 0.012. And then Raul Fernandez went 1.128 seconds quicker.
That's
bloody hell.
Juicy.
But again,
I thought it was in 0.3.
He concussed himself, didn't he?
Yeah, that's true.
So that's not that worth looking into either. But they were all the riders who went faster than they did in FP3.
Yeah, it's interesting. Like, there's a lot of riders who have already shown that they've got a lot to give. I think for me, Alex Marquez is going to be the biggest guy because he now is stepping off the Honda, which everyone says is crap. You can kind of hide behind it being shit and say, "Oh, my results are crap because the Honda's crap." Now to step onto a Ducati that's just won the championship, he has nowhere to hide now. If he's not putting those results in, it's down to him, especially given how well Bastianini did in the team last year.
Yeah.
You know, he's on the package now that can finish third in the championship. He now needs to back that up. I think he will.
Yeah.
I genuinely think he will. But yeah, he now has nowhere to hide. That's going to be interesting. Miguel Oliveira, I'm really excited about because I think having Ralph Fernandez again in the box is good because obviously they've both come off the same bike. So when Miguel's doing well and can improve, he can then go back to Raul and go, right, this is what the KTM was like doing this in this corner to this instead on the Aprilia. Because Raul Fernandez, like, I know he's going to get a lot of flack and, it should have been Remy, blah, blah, blah. Raul has had, in the last 3 seasons, if you include the test as being part of this season, I know it's for next season, he has ridden 4 different motorcycles in 3 seasons. In 2020, he was on the KTM Moto 3, 2021 on the KTM Moto 2 or the Kalex, then this year on the KTM MotoGP and then the Aprilia MotoGP.
Yeah.
His brain's going to be like sludge at the moment.
It's worth pointing out because, I always say it about KTM. He was on the Moto3 KTM with a steel frame, got on the Kalex with an aluminium frame, instantly adapted. Went back to a KTM with a steel frame, found it difficult. Hopped straight back on another aluminium framed Aprilia, and he's thereabouts.
Yeah.
Of the biggest losers, Jack Miller was the rider who lost the most time.
Understandably.
Yeah. Like he set a 129.9 in FP3. He set a 130.7. He lost 0.866 seconds. And then next along was Alex Rins, who lost 0.797 seconds. And then Joan Mir, who lost 0.531 seconds. And Zarco lost 0.6, but he was testing loads of different things, so I'm not going to include him as much.
Anyone who jumped on the Honda as suffering. I feel bad for Rins because he clearly is so fast and he's, I don't want to say consistent yet because I don't know, 2021 still plays in my mind about Rins, but he's clearly, he ain't slow, but he's now jumping on, because he's with LCR, so is he on last year's Honda as well?
No,
he tested all of them. He tested
Mark
Marquez didn't ride, in Valencia, but rode the previous races of the season, then hopped on the Valencia bike, same as Mia did. Like I know it's testing, but I'm not looking too much into the times because all the factory boys went slower than they did in FP3, and that says to me, how did Vinales do?
No, the Yams. Sorry,
the Yamahas. Well, the engine's fucked.
It's
not
before we go
fucked,
into that quick, hold on. Before we go into the EMR engine, because that is a big thing. As well, it's worth pointing out that Mir and Rins are going from inline 4s to the V4.
Yes, true.
Which took when Vinales did the same things, it took him quite a while to kind of adapt into it and get a groove. I think the same for Mir and Rins. It's going to take them a little bit because you got to remember both those riders have only ever exclusively ridden the Suzuki and MotoGP. They've never ridden for another manufacturer. So they are their entire MotoGP knowledge of how the tires work, how the bike works, how the engine performs under stress, all denotes from the Suzuki and how the Suzuki's characteristics work. They now have to completely unlearn that and retrain their brain. It's like learning a brand new language, isn't it? You're doing the same thing, but in a different form. And
for me,
it's crazy to see how the difference.
I actually am impressed by both of them, which sounds crazy to say. But I was expecting it to be 1.52 seconds off their Suzuki times.
So
to be within a second of their Suzuki times. Rins won the race. He wasn't a slow rider the entire weekend. And to be only 0.7 off on that Honda, which is widely considered a pig, I don't think it is as much of a pig as people think.
Where would that have put him in the race weekend?
I don't know. I didn't work that out, sorry.
Okay.
I only worked out the gap.
Fair.
Used Excel sheets. And my formula went bad. My formula fucked up. And it gave Zarco a 0.6 gain instead of a 0.6 loss. So I look like a dumbass. But it was I think there's a lot of telling little things in that test. But Sepang 2023, I said it before, I'll say it again. I think Honda are bringing something ridiculous in Sepang.
Mark Marquez, straight up after tested, we are not going to win the championship with this bike next year.
Yeah, but it's not going to be that bike, is it? That's the thing.
Yeah. But the thing is, the updates and all that they gave, the fact that he straight up already said, we can't fight for the championship with this bike is terrifying for Honda. They now have to really go back and look into what they're doing and really kind of strip it down and sort themselves out, because if Mark Marquez is saying that, Marquez will be on his way to Ducati before they know it.
Yeah, no, I am of the opinion that the 23 Honda, they are going to bring something that's just never before seen. And it's going to be a fairly new bike. I'm not saying 100% because, you can't change it 100% from 2021 to 2022 and then do the same again.
That's the Sepang test?
Feb 23.
February, it's like 6 weeks' time.
Right, I'm going to put a wee...
8 weeks from now.
I'm going to put a reminder on my phone that says, Jacob says Honda are going to bring something never before seen.
I think they're going to bring something truly mental. Whether it works, I don't know. Because, Honda have brought some weird stuff in the past that hasn't worked. But I think they're going to bring something that, only a fruitcake would think of, because it's all they got. So
they've got to go radical.
They can't follow the path they're on now, because otherwise, bye-bye, Mr. M. Marquez,
Yeah, that's it. They've got to try and... The same, though, if you look over into the Yamaha garage, Fabio Quartararo also is saying that what he's getting and what was promised is different. He tested, so the bike he tested at Misano, he said that was amazing. It was obviously top of all the speed traps. Quartararo even said, no, not Quartararo, Crutchlow said it was a rocket, said it was a really good bike, said it was great. They tested that exact same bike at Valencia, and Fabio said that it just felt exactly the same as the bike that he got off of after the race 2 days prior. And there was no extra speed. That he was on the speed traps. Pagnaia was doing 335 on the straight, and Fabio was topping out at 327.
Yeah, but it is worth pointing out that Pecco was also 5 kilometers an hour quicker than anybody else, including the other Ducatis. So I think he must have picked up a slipstream. If you compare it to second place in the speed traps down, the Yamaha's actually very, very close. It's about 2 to 3 kilometers an hour.
Yeah, but it's still, if he's saying that it still feels the same, it's a bit...
Yeah.
Valencia is not the longest straight though either. So
their top speed is not as much of an issue with Yamaha as their corner exit at the minute.
Yeah, the punch.
And that's what he's scared of. They need to get that initial drive out. Morbidelli said the same, but Morbidelli also really liked the new chassis, whereas Fabio didn't. So
Morbidelli's going to outperform Fabio next year.
Yeah.
You think? Oh my God.
Yeah, honestly,
I don't know. I'm just throwing anything out now, to be honest.
I don't think Morbidelli is anywhere near as poor as he has shown these last 2 years. Injuries haven't helped.
You're right.
But I think he should be a lot closer to Fabio Q than he actually is. And of course, don't forget, Yamaha brought some extreme aero, which is obviously going to slow the bike down in a straight line as well.
Very true.
Yeah, the new aero looks weird, doesn't it?
Fucking snowplow, isn't it?
Yeah.
I did like the look of Enea Bastianini in red, though.
Yeah.
That combo looks perfect. Get rid of the pink on it. Apart from that, it looks perfect.
I hope he goes back to the green number.
Yeah, no. Anyway, he looks like he was made for that Ducati, that factory Ducati.
Yeah, he looked very happy and satisfied until he ended up in the gravel.
Until he crashed. He was the only guy who crashed, but it just shows.
Yeah, well, he was on the Aprilia ground effect style Ducati as well, which obviously, it's a test. Who knows if it's going to work,
Straight
you got to find the limit, aren't you?
Yeah, there's absolutely nothing wrong with crashing during a test, especially if you're hopping on a factory bike. You need to find those limits.
Yep.
Yeah, that's it. Right. Let's move on to the main meat and gravy of the show.
The meat and two veg, is it?
Yeah, boy. It is the X-rated. No. The OnlyFans podcast. No. It's
Good Lord.
Oh, we should have done this on Patreon. Bollocks.
Nah, it's the what is it? It's the award show.
The EMR Awards.
And the
Amazing.
award show times the season predictions. So that's going to
Yeah.
be...
Oh,
So
yeah.
if you listen to this podcast before the year started, you'll know that obviously during the season, we've done predictions for each round. But prior to the season, we also did predictions for who we think is going to be the champion, the biggest improver, most crashes. Obviously, I've earmarked 4 of them because they are subjective. And I don't know who's had the most crashes in all classes, so I can't give that award.
I think I was right, but don't quote me. It's either him or Binder.
I don't know who crashed the most. Let's see if I can find it quick.
Yeah, it's either Dixon or Darren Binder. So either I'm right or I'm wrong. It's a 50-50
Good
shot.
Lord. Like the rest of us, we're either right or we're wrong.
Yeah, but I've got a 50-50 shot, whereas if you said Fanati, that's like way out, because he ain't one of them.
I think
Yeah.
I said Darren Binder.
Oh!
I don't.
I think I did, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, you did. We can't really give that one away though, because I don't know. We don't have the information, unfortunately. They've not released a list. But yeah, we'll start with the predictions, and then we've also formulated a list of awards to give. So yeah, well, Cameron, can you do a nice little intro again that you just did a minute ago?
But the EMR Awards.
Yeah,
Something like
welcome
that.
to the EMR Award Show for the 2022 MotoGP season. Starting with our predictions. So obviously, prior to the season, I've got to say, thankfully, well, not really thankfully, but we cannot include, just as a thing, riders that weren't on the grid from Qatar. For example, Alonso Lopez, we cannot include in any of these purely because we wouldn't have known that he was going to race this year.
Yeah.
Sure, okay.
We're good, but we're not that good.
Yeah, we're not that good. So we have a list here of kind of permutations that we created at the start of the season. I'll run through them now. And we've got to then basically come with 4 of them because they're subjective. We will put together, have a chat, and see who we believe is the rider that deserves this award, and then we'll give it out.
Like, no one gets this week,
award, but
yeah, we'll email each rider and let them know if they want to.
Yeah.
That's the beauty of having
awards.
3 this week. They can't be a draw.
yes, it's true.
That's true.
So we'll start off with Rookie of the Year for Moto3, which was won by Diego Moreira, which I will say, I could not have predicted that. Given how good or okay he was in the rookies and the junior GP, he was very good but not great.
Yes.
Mhm.
I never expected him to do what he did this year, though.
So who did we predict?
So Diego Moreira was Rookie of the Year. I went for Joel Kelso. Jacob went for Joel Kelso, and Cameron, I don't know why, went for Furasato.
If I remember, I did say I thought it'd be between Kelso and Olgado. So that's me just completely out of the fucking window. You know what I mean?
Holgado was near, to be fair. Holgado was second
Mm.
in the Rookie of the Year. He wasn't far off. But yeah, it did go down to, what's his name? Diego Moreira in the end. Now,
looking back,
Moto2,
Moreira was actually a very obvious shout. You know, he'd been amazing in Monlau. He'd been even better on the KTM chassis.
but he was still average. He was a crasher.
But that's
He
what I
was
was about to
just
say.
crashing.
But is whether he could string it together, because we knew he had the pace.
Yeah, of course.
But whether he could string a season together, clearly he can.
Yeah, and I'm genuinely pleasantly surprised.
Yeah.
Moving to Moto2.
Mm.
So Diego Moreira was the Rookie of the Year. Moving to Moto2, it was Pedro Acosta, who was the Moto2 Rookie of the Year. What a surprise.
Had to be. Did we all put that?
No, I went Nicolo Antonelli.
Yeah, don't give it away. Let me do the hosting here. Come on.
Oh dear.
But and it was nearly Alonso Lopez, but obviously he crashed out of the last race. So yeah, it was Pedro Acosta who was the Rookie of the Year. I went for Manu Gonzalez, who genuinely did impress.
Yep.
Finished in 16th overall.
Sounds worse than he
solid
was.
end to the year, yeah. Jacob went for Niccolo Antonelli, who hasn't even got a seat next year. That's how great he did.
Yeah.
And Cameron went for Pedro Acosta.
It had to be. It was the obvious choice, guys. Come on.
It was the obvious choice, but that's why I didn't go for it, because I thought it was too obvious.
Fair.
Like my reason, if I remember, my reasoning was that Niccolo Antonelli was awesome on the R6s when they test with the academy. I thought a step up would suit him, but as it turns out, lucky.
Nope. So going to the MotoGP Rookie of the Year, it was Marco Bezzecchi.
Well deserved.
Podium, really good rider, did well. I went for Raul Fernandez.
Oof.
At KTM,
large.
did not sort him out. Jacob went for Fabio Digia, so you can give that an oof as well.
I don't think so. Digi was the second rookie,
he got
was
a
he
pole.
not?
No, it was not. It was Marco Bezzecchi. Then, oh my God, it was. What the fuck?
Thank you.
Yeah, but there was
a big gap.
80 points between them.
Yeah, but it's not like DG was the worst rookie.
No, it wasn't. That's true. And then Cameron also went for Raul Fernandez.
I told you both at the time that
faith.
KTM would fuck him. Yeah. And there it is.
Yep. No, you're right.
So now we're going to go to the biggest surprises. So this is one which obviously we need to talk about and say, because the idea is that we pick a rider, but then we'll actually go, okay, this rider didn't do very well, but who do we now think has been the biggest surprise kind of thing? So I went for Lorenzo Fellon. Jacob went for David Munoz, who obviously got his podium in the second race. And Cameron went for Scott Ogden. So based on that and how the season's gone, who would you say has been the biggest positive prize?
See, that's the tough thing. It's got to be Munoz on performance, but it's not a surprise.
See, I'm going to go with Sasaki for the biggest surprise this year.
Yeah, I thought we were picking out of the three predictions.
No. So,
okay.
It's not other predictions. It's who has genuinely actually been the biggest surprise in the class. So it could be outside of our predictions, and we'll award them, and then obviously none of us got it right, kind of thing. That makes sense.
Can we have? Are we able to think about it in the other way as well? Who surprised us by being terrible, or is that like another thing? The biggest disappointment is that maybe
we've got a biggest disappointment thing that we've already done. So.
It's hard. I'm going to throw it out there. Sasaki.
I'm going to throw it out there. Jacob? Tayo Furusato.
Given the jump he did, great.
And to score points after coming from Asia Talent Cup direct. I didn't expect him to be in the points.
That is great. But I'm still going with Sasaki for me. Or Onshu.
But is Sasaki a surprise? We knew he was quality. We knew he was a race winner.
We knew he'd do all right, but I genuinely didn't think he'd do that well to finish within 20 points of second place in the championship.
I don't know. For me, it's Furusato, but if you want to give it to Sasaki, I will go with it.
Well, it's going down to Cameron.
Yeah.
Who do you think is
obviously, I love Furusato. I don't know why, but I did have higher hopes for him, even though he did really, really well. But maybe that's just me. I also want to say, this time last year, my Moto3 knowledge was not great. Still isn't amazing. But being on this podcast, I'm being on this podcast, I am in a much more confident state talking about Moto3, and looking at this retrospectively, I'm like, why did I think half the things I did? But,
see, that's the good thing. You learn stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
Cameron's learning.
I'm learning, mama. Look at me. Right, okay.
Hell yeah.
It's really difficult because I love Furusato, but I feel like Sasaki was probably.
I've just thought of a better one for a biggest surprise, based purely on what he has not done. Dennis Onshu, not crashing out of any race.
I did think about Onshu in that regard, but
that's a huge surprise.
It's a surprise for sure. I'm going to go with Sasaki for me, to be honest. But Cameron, it's down to you.
Oh,
you don't have to pick between those two, by the way.
No, that's true. Jacob raises a good point as well. Oh, God.
It's mad that the biggest surprise on what you haven't done. But if you had said last year, especially after his 2-race ban, at COTA that he would finish every single race in 2022 and be competitive. He's not finishing every race 17th. Dennis Unchu, biggest surprise. I'm going for it.
Gonna have to push you for an answer here, Cameron.
Oh my goodness. I'm looking at the entry list here as well, and I'm like, oh yeah, that was good. And then equally, they did not do very well. This is going to end up in a long podcast. I'm going to go with Sasaki, to be fair. I didn't expect him to pick up a win and also, be.
And would have been even more if not for Qatar, wouldn't it?
Yeah, true. So
yes.
Sasaki is the biggest surprise of Moto3 this year.
Good point. I forgot about Qatar as well. Like that was.
Yeah, that was crazy, wasn't it?
Apart from
if he won that, I think the championship might have looked a little bit different than it did.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly.
Yeah. So Moto2, biggest surprise. I went for Lorenzo Dalla Porta. Jacob went with Zonta van der Gulberg, and Cameron went with Cameron Bobier because he's biased towards his own name. Now, in regards to the biggest surprise this year,
Manu.
I'm going to say Jake Dixon personally because he has stepped up hugely this year. Like he always had something there, and hit the leaps and bounds he's come on this year to take home 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 podiums is outstanding. And for me, like he was always knocking on that door, so it's maybe not as much of a surprise, but I'm going to say Jake Dixon for me.
For me, it's between Manu Gonzalez and Philip Salach.
Yeah, both of them are
both rookies.
Manu has gone.
Manu's
come from a freaking R6.
Yeah. Well, he was on a ZX6, wasn't he, as well? Not even an R6.
No, he was ZX6 and then an R6 and then.
Like, either way, it's like to come from what he's done and, get top 5s, like, instantly.
Yeah.
Well, not instantly, but you know what I mean? Like, in his rookie season.
Yeah.
But at the same time, Philip Salach impressed at Qatar, went missing, had a crisis of confidence, sort of found his form again after the summer break. And then ended the season excellently. So see, but then when I think about it even more, Tony Arbolino.
Yeah, Arbolino's, given the year he had with the Intact GP to then come 4th this year,
but
winning 3 races as well.
It's expected at VDS. Is it a surprise?
I would say, Augusto Fernandez couldn't do it. He couldn't win 3 races in a season.
Yeah, that's it.
On VDS. Yeah. And then Augusto Fernandez goes to IO.
Yeah.
Arbolino steps in his boots and...
That actually leads me to my point. I was thinking Fernandez. I didn't think he was going to win it this year.
Not champion material,
I didn't.
One of us predicted Fernandez for the title, didn't they?
Yeah, saying that, I'd probably put Fernandez for the title. In fact, I'm pretty sure I put Acosta for the title because I love him. But
we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, I know I just mentioned how little I knew about Moto3 last year. I knew even less about Moto2 because it just bored me.
It's been good this year, though, hasn't it?
Yeah, man. Yeah, I've thoroughly changed my mind this year. I've
got one, but it won't count. What about Mattia Fassini? Every appearance,
again, it won't count.
He has been amazing, though. Like, he's worth mentioning, even though it won't count. Because, he's made 2 wild cards, 1 replacement. Qualified in the top 10 in all of them. On a 2018 Kalex. Like, what a boy.
Yeah.
Right, come on, Cameron.
Yeah, I think for me, it's got to be Dixon. It's got to be Dixon. Like, considering last year versus this year, and that's the biggest jump for me, I think.
Yeah, really spectacular. So, Jake Dixon was the biggest surprise in Moto2. So, MotoGP, biggest surprise. I went for Darren Binder. Jacob went Andrea Dovizioso, and Cameron went Johan Mir. All really did not have spectacular seasons.
No.
I'm going to say this is a hard one for MotoGP. I think it's a toss-up between Bastianini and Espargaro. Because I expected Bastianini to do well this year, but I did not expect him to hit that level. But then for Leish to battle for the championship the most of the way of the year as well, was in title contention longer than Enea Bastianini, and only didn't finish 1 race due to a mechanical as well.
I'm going to come out and say Darren Binder wasn't awful. So that wasn't a silly prediction. But he was not the biggest surprise. His biggest surprise was his brother. Look where he finished in the championship.
Yeah, Brad did so well. So well.
I didn't expect the KTM, especially after pre-season testing. Like, and then obviously he got the podium at Qatar. And I thought, okay, it's Qatar. You know what I mean? Like, there's obviously been some really freak results there. Look at Paul, he was third. And then I thought, no, the KTM's not going to perform anywhere else. And then Binder just made it perform everywhere else. Like, he wasn't spectacular. He didn't grab all the headlines. But he was solid. He was exactly what KTM needed. And he was basically the antithesis of a KTM rider because inconsistency has plagued him. So for me,
someone at KTM said that he's been like overriding the bike all year.
Yeah, for me, it's Brad. He's been spectacular and in a good way.
Yeah, okay. Cameron, who are you going for? I haven't said mine yet.
Tricky one. I think I kind of expected Bastianini to have this kind of season.
Same.
Maybe not as close as he was. Although, to be fair, he finished maybe roughly where I thought he would.
Yeah, same. Not a surprise at all.
Maybe Rins. Considering last year really was terrible last year.
Right. Come on, this podcast can take forever.
Yeah, no, okay. Marini as well, very good.
He would have been my other choice.
I don't know. Hard to ignore Aleix this year, really, considering, I don't know, Aprilia and Aleix. He'd never won he was the only one on there that hasn't won. I'm going with Aleix because we love Aleix. We love Aleix.
I'm going to, for simplicity's sake, I'll back it up and go Aleix as well.
Wasn't surprised to me.
Aleix is your friend now as well, so you can just give him a wee message.
Yeah,
he's my mate. Yeah, I'll just.
No, that's the thing. It's like I called for Aleix to. It's not a surprise that he won because it was coming.
Yeah. So it was Saki. It was the biggest surprise in Moto3. Dixon, Moto2, biggest surprise, and Aleix Espargaro in MotoGP. So get on to the biggest improver. In Moto3, I went for João Messia, Jacob Kato Toba, and Cameron John McPhee.
Messia probably won that then.
Moto3. Biggest improver, I would say, would be Sasaki again.
It'd be Guevara. Just because of the points last year to this year.
Yeah, I guess so. Mm-hmm. Guevara did step up to another level. I'm going to give it to Guevara. Actually.
Yeah,
that's an easy one in my opinion.
Yeah, he pissed all over this year, man.
He's absolutely killed it, didn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Moto2, biggest improver. I went for Cameron Beaubier. Jacob went Augusto Fernandez. And Cameron Fernal Deguerre.
Oh, there's a good shout for all three of those to have been the biggest improver.
Yeah, Beaubier did well. Biggest improver.
Augusto, though, like statistically, he has to be in because he didn't have a great 2021.
Yeah, and he killed it. I'm going to go with Ayagura, though.
Guru was
just because he got a podium last year, but he wasn't winning races. He got his first Grand Prix win this year. He got his second Grand Prix win and his third. Multiple podiums. Fought for the championship. It was only because he bottled it in the end that he didn't really win it. Personally, I'm going to go Ayagura.
Nah, I got to go Augusto. He made himself champion, and compared to his season last year, you can't really see past him being the biggest improver because he stepped it up to be the champion level.
Yeah,
much like Guevara did.
Yeah,
there's Dixon as well.
Cameron. Oh yeah, of course, Dixon as well.
Arbolino is the biggest improver as well, mind.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Arbolino. Oh my god! Right, what have we thought so far? We're like Fernandez, Agura.
Yeah.
Dixon, man, it's really hard to ignore how terrible he was last year. And
he stepped up.
Yeah, he did. Like the. Mm-hmm.
Can it on the Calex this year?
Both Boscos road to Calex moves improved them hugely. Arenas as well.
I mean, the level in Moto2 this year as a whole.
Massive.
This is what Moto2 should be.
Yes, yeah, I agree. Because I gave Dixon the last one, I want to say can it again, and then that way we've got a three-way.
Got a three-way split. So now we have to decide between us three of Augusto Fernandez, Ogura, and Canet who we think is the biggest improver.
It's down to Cam, basically.
Why?
Well, no, because
I don't think you can give it to Canet. And I'll have to stick by Fernandez because the points difference to last year will be bigger
that's
than
it.
the others.
Can we now statistically back this up and compare their points to last year?
Yeah.
Well,
that'd be the only way to do
I could
it.
agree. I could agree with Augusto Fernandez.
But
yeah,
he's not a surprise, Fernandez, but he was the biggest improver because of what he's done compared to what he did. That's the only way I can put it.
Did Fernandez get outscored by Lowe's last year?
Yes.
Not sure.
Okay, then surely.
Yeah, okay. So our biggest improver is Augusto Fernandez this year. So well done, Augusto. Jacob predicted that one correctly. So MotoGP's biggest improver. I went for Maverick Vinales. Jacob went Marc Marquez, who missed most of the season, so it can't really.
He didn't anyway, even the races did, let's be real.
And Cameron went Remy Gardner, who I don't know why we let that fly, given he didn't race MotoGP the year prior to that.
I think his thinking was that he'd improve over the season, which didn't really
makes
happen.
sense.
However,
Biggest improver, I've got to go Enea Bastianini.
I was going to go Luca Marini.
He was solid.
Yeah.
But
Well, if you're looking at it from a start of the season to midway, then it's really hard to look past Vinales.
What about Jack Miller?
Yeah.
I don't know. Jack Miller's just always been the same, I think. He's kind of just...
But he's never
Top
been
five.
championship contention in the second half of the season till now.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, you know what? I'll go with whatever because I think Vinales is a fair shot.
Yeah, I think Vinales.
Yeah, I could agree with Vinales.
What my heart says.
Yeah, it's not like he was anywhere at the end of last year. So yeah.
So our biggest improver is Maverick Vinales.
Checks in the post, big man.
Predicted. Let's go. Now here's the juicy ones. Biggest disappointment in Moto 3. I and Cameron went for John McPhee, who I wouldn't agree with because he won a race.
Yeah.
And Jacob went Jaime Masia. Yeah.
Masia.
Jacob went Jaime Masia.
I think Masia is a bigger disappointment than McPhee was because of expectations' sake.
Straight up, yeah.
I've got to say, biggest disappointment was probably Andrea Migno.
I was about to say Migno, yeah. Especially after round one. What the hell?
Yeah, he had an absolute...
I'm going to say Carlos Tate.
Yeah, because he got a podium quite early on and then...
But then to finish out of the points a lot of the time.
Yeah.
That's poor. That is really poor.
And then what about Foggia, considering the form that he showed at the end of last year?
Foggia's kind of like almost there but not there.
Yeah, but that is so disappointing considering the end of last year. That's
100%.
But it's not a disappointment when you see it come in, kind of thing. You can't be disappointed with mediocre.
So, who are we going for? I've gone Migno.
Yeah, I'm Migno.
Yeah, I'll back Mig. It's Mig or Tate.
Andrea Migno was the biggest disappointment this year. Sorry, mate. Enjoy the CEV Moto 2 next year. Biggest disappointment in Moto 2. Now, Jacob and Cameron went for Sam Lowes.
Yep.
Yeah, fair enough. I went for Pedro Acosta purely because, which sounds horrendous, because I and many others expected Acosta to be winning the championship this year, and anything less than that is disappointing, But I would say, on now looking back, Vision 2020 and all that, Pedro Acosta broke his leg and had a spectacular year.
Yeah,
I can't,
no way he disappointed.
To say that his year was disappointing is unbelievable. He had such a good year.
I got two in mind. One of them I predicted Lowe's or Joe Roberts.
Yeah,
Joe Roberts won his first race and got a podium.
Yes, but aside from that, when he
was a weird one though.
When he was not there, he was not there. You know what I mean?
Biggest disappointment's got to be Vietti, surely.
Not really, because Vietti.
He scored 90 points in the first 5 rounds and 75 in the 15 that followed.
Yeah, but it's still an improvement from last year. So you can't really say he's disappointing. Whereas Lowe's has plummeted.
Yeah, Lowe's didn't finish more races than he started.
Yeah.
It's mental.
It's horrible to say because, he's got hurt as well, but...
Yeah, of course.
Lowe's
he finished 4 races this year, Lowe's.
Yeah, it's not enough, man.
Obviously he missed some, of course, but...
Yeah, it's not enough to...
I'm going to go Sam Lowes.
Yeah.
It's it's harsh because, he's kicking a man when he's down kind of thing. But it's like, it's cutthroat and you've got to say it as you see it.
Yeah. So Jacob and Cameron were correct on that one. Biggest MotoGP disappointment. I went Miguel Oliveira. Didn't disappoint for me. Did really well.
Yeah, but where he
Cameron went Fabio Quartararo, who again battled for championship at the end of the season, so I don't think that.
Nope.
Jacob, I think, has a contention for the winner here, Franco Morbidelli, which I would back, to be honest.
But he came into the season being off it anyway, didn't he? I don't know.
But when your teammates battle for the championship.
True, but I don't know. I think
it's him or Dovi.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was going to say him or Dovi, yeah.
But
Dovi,
seeing as how Morbidelli finished the season, kind of have to give it to him.
Yeah.
I'm going to give it to Dovi, actually, I think.
It's one of those two. I don't think it's a coincidence they're both Yamaha riders.
True. I don't know if I expected much from Dovi, though, to be honest.
What about Taka?
Yeah.
Taka, I didn't expect much, and I was still disappointed.
He didn't do great.
And Jorge Martin, I'm changing it. Jorge Martin.
Okay.
He's been awful compared to last year. Didn't win a race this year. He's got poles, but compared to his level last year, Jorge Martin.
True. I expected more from Mir.
Yeah, me too. He was injured quite a bit, though, wasn't he?
Yeah, with Suzuki pulling out, this just fucked the entire operation, didn't it?
Sure.
I think you have to give him a little bit of grace there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Jorge Martin for me.
Yeah, I'd agree. Considering, it's clearly not the bike.
No.
It's not the team.
Well, it's the bike won the championship, didn't it?
Yeah.
So Jorge Martin was the biggest disappointment this year. Yeah. Right. This one again, subjective. Highest expectations for Moto3. I went Artigas. Jacob went Suzuki, Cameron, Masia. So this is our highest expectations going in. I don't know how we can work this one, to be honest.
Well, of all three of us, like the three answers, we'll just, we need it split.
Who met the expectations, I guess.
Yeah, who met.
So I think Suzuki met the expectations.
Or no, who didn't meet those expectations? So
Artigas
didn't.
Yeah.
It's Artigas.
Yeah,
it has to be Artigas.
Yeah.
Of those three answers, it has to be Artigas.
Yeah, so that's a loss. So then out of Masia and Suzuki, who did the best? It was Masia. So I guess Masia wins. Yeah, we'll do it by that. We'll do it by who did the best of the three that we predicted.
Yeah, right. Okay,
that makes sense.
So
we were all pretty terrible, though, to be honest. None of us did very well.
Masia did the best of them all.
Yeah,
but then at the same time, hold on a sec. At the same time, highest expectations should it not be the one who didn't meet it? Because the expectations to reality is the biggest gap. Like,
I don't know.
Or do you want to just give it to? Let's just give it to who met expectations the most, and it'd be Masia.
Yeah, Masia. Okay.
Because even though he didn't, compete for the championship, he was still top 6. About where you'd expect
and still won races, I think. Yeah. So he did well. Moto2, this one's an interesting one. I went for Pedro Acosta, and Jacob and Karen went Augusto Fernandez, who won the championship.
Interesting.
I would say both of them met expectations. Acosta scored Rookie of the Year, top 5, and Fernandez scored the championship.
Well, then in that case, there's an easy win here for Fernandez because 2 of us predicted it.
Yeah, fair enough.
That's the easiest way to settle that one because both met the expectations that was set out for him. Pedro Acosta winning Rookie of the Year, Augusto Fernandez winning the championship. You can't split that.
The expectation was an IO, basically.
Yeah. And you can't split them. We'd have to give it to Augusto.
Yeah.
Well then, congratulations to Francesco Bagnaia for winning the highest MotoGP expectations. As Jacob and Cameron both picked Bagnaia, and I went Marc Marquez.
Well, Pecco met his expectation, Mark didn't, so yeah.
Yeah, Mark missed most of the season, didn't he? The next one, which was decided before the season started, was the first to be fired /
I still don't think it was.
Which was David Salvador.
Yeah, it don't make a difference because none of us got it, but I still don't think
he was on the
it
provisional entry list. He was on the provisional entry list.
So does
I
that
went for
mean
Watley.
Antonelli is already settled for this year then?
Yeah, I went for Watley. Jacob went for Corsi, and Cameron went for Alex Rins.
None of them lost their job.
No.
Nope. Surprisingly, even though Corsi and Watley didn't score any points, and Rins won races. So
Yeah.
I think if you're taking it from not provisionals but actual from Qatar, which is how I would have took it, it's Fernandez. It's Fenati, sorry.
Fenati.
Yeah, it's Fenati.
Yeah.
Which turned out to be an inspired
we'll
move
go from
as shit
Qatar
as it was. Like none of us got it either way, so it really doesn't make a difference. But
Nah.
Yeah, just make it fair then. Because then it does ruin it if it's like, oh, it's Antonelli. Right, these are the juicy ones. So, Team World Champion in Moto 3. Me and Jacob went for Aspar.
Woo!
And Cameron went for Leopard. And
Cameron went for Lopez.
I went
Go
Lopez.
Team Lopez.
Let's go. Team Moto 2 Champion. I went for Red Bull KTM Io. Jacob Pons. And Cameron Io again. And it was Io.
Yeah. Easy enough.
Team World Champion. I went for Factory Ducati.
Mm-hmm.
We all went for Factory Ducati, and it was Factory Ducati.
Yeah.
Meaning I got Moto 3, 2, and GP correct on that one, which, given the teams, it was kind of obvious anyway.
Yeah.
We all got the MotoGP Class Manufacturer Champion of Ducati correct.
Oh, no shit.
No shit. So, and then here's the juicy ones. The World Champions.
Yeah.
I am rushing, by the way, because I need a wee, so I'm going to have to be out back in a minute.
That's all right.
I am not next, you'll be fine.
World Champion for Moto 3. I went for Dennis Foggia. Jacob went for Izan Guevara. And Cameron also went for Dennis Foggia. And it was, of course, Izan Guevara.
Boom, fuck you.
In Moto 2, I went for Aaron Canet. And I laughed at both of you when you said this. You went for Celestino Vietti. I didn't think you could do it. First 5 rounds of the season, I was absolutely eating my hat. But
pre-summer break, it was inspired. Post-summer break, dumb fuck.
Yeah. Augusto Fernandez won that one, of course. And World Champion for MotoGP, myself and Jacob went for Marc Marquez. And Cameron went for Francesco Bagnaia.
Ooh, thank you.
So Cameron predicted the Ducati triple.
It was going to happen. They've spent enough money. They had to.
Yeah. 100%.
It wasn't looking likely, was it, at one point? But
well, that's true.
Mm-hmm. No. Right. So, moving on now to our kind of awards. So the MotoGP awards.
Oh, okay. Right. Mm-hmm.
So these are more trivial ones. Hope you two have actually filled out your answers for these ones.
I haven't. No. I'm going in blind. I think it's more fun.
Oh my God. Mm-hmm. Okay. I've got my answers here. So, right.
I've been a busy boy.
I've looked at the questions.
Start off with the best standard helmet design of all classes. So this is the one that's obviously not special liveries, none of that, just the one that they would use round to round.
Yeah.
I have gone with, and obviously what we'll do, we'll have a discussion and then we will choose our best of the 3. I have gone with Senna Aegis because his was just, for me, just an absolute belter of a helmet design. Of course, he was replacement rider, but yeah, Senna Aegis for me.
For me, it was Sean Dillon Kelly. The Miami helmet. Very 80s.
Yeah, that's a special edition. That's a special edition.
No, it wasn't.
Standard
no, his standard lid was... Yeah, because I messaged him before the start of the season. I said, I think you've won the best helmet design.
Okay.
And it's very 80s Miami, flashy. I loved it. I thought it was incredible. If you want, go Instagram it quick. Have a look.
I'm going through it now.
I can send it to you if you want.
I don't see a Miami one.
Hang on, I'll send it to you now.
I quite liked Suzuki's helmet.
It's either him.
The Red Bull one. Yeah.
It's either him.
Nice.
Are we limited specifically to MotoGP for this?
No. This is any.
Because I also
SDK's on.
I also really love Simon Jesperson's.
No, wait, no, yeah. This is MotoGP series, not class.
Yeah.
So MotoGP.
So it's SDK.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Who have you gone for, Cameron?
I did like Suzuki's, but then there wasn't too much particularly interesting. And as much as I'm not a flag shagger, quite like Dixon's helmet as well.
Dixon's is nice.
Yeah. And also Vigno's.
I'm sending the picture of SDKs in the group.
Yeah, I've already found it. Yeah.
If I'm gonna go from those 3, because those are the ones that I've sort of clocked throughout the season and been like, oh yeah, that's pretty nice. I love an Arai. I do love an Arai helmet, so I'm going Sasaki.
And who are you going for, Jacob? Dixon?
No, I don't like Dixon's helmet.
No, not Dixon. SDK.
Yeah, SDK I'm going for.
Right, okay. So, of those three, Senna Aegis, SDK, and Jake Dixon.
Where have you sent these?
No, it's
helmets?
In
Saki.
WhatsApp, Cam.
WhatsApp.
Cameron, have you seen Senna Aegis?
Ooh, I do like SDKs. That's pretty sick.
It's Vice City, isn't it? I love it.
Yeah, that's hard to
Aegis
ignore.
is very, very nice, to be fair, as well.
Gorgeous.
Okay.
I also really like Ayaguras.
Cameron's going Sakio, aren't you? This is an Arai as well, think about it.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. Oh, gosh. Yes. Very nice. Yeah, no, I like
I'm
that.
happy to go with Senna if that's the case, because it ain't Dixon.
Those colors do it for me. I like Senna's. That's nice. Yeah.
Okay, so we're going Senna Aegis.
Yes, mate.
Senna Aegis, congrats. You have won the best helmet design of the year for standard design. So now, best standard helmet design for the MotoGP class only. I'm going for Marco Bezzecchi.
I can't even think of any that have really stuck out to me.
Remy.
Yeah,
Remy's was shit on the Kabuto.
No,
I liked Remy's last year in Moto2.
Last year on the NHK was amazing.
Very, very chill vibe. I like it. I really like Remy's. Yeah, I'm going Rem Dog.
No one's has really stuck out to me.
Thing is, a lot of them have energy drink sponsors, which take up a lot of the lid.
Yeah. The only thing
Remy's is nice.
The only one I can picture is Bastianini's with, the teeth on the front.
His testing one was even nicer. That's the problem. It made his logo one look a bit shitty. What about DG's?
Oliveira's.
DG's was nice.
Gosh.
DG's always had style, haven't he?
Yeah.
Stylish boy.
Yeah, lock it in, DG.
I can't think what oh no, my phone's going to die. I'm going to have to do all this on my computer.
Yeah, DG's.
Let me have a quick look at DG. Talk amongst yourselves. 2 seconds.
I'm going to get some images for you.
So, Declan, how was your day?
Shit.
Don't ask. Why? Yeah.
I do like Digi's, actually. Digi's is beautiful.
Yeah, Digi, innit? Gotta be, innit?
Very nice.
I like Bez's, though.
I love Bez's, but I love DG's more. It's not a bad lid. That's the issue.
Yeah, no, that's sick.
There's not an ugly design anymore. Like some of you think, Christ almighty, but in the MotoGP, they're so carefully curated nowadays.
But just like Bez's with the scorpion on top.
Nah, DG.
Let me have a look at Bez. Oh, there he is. I'm thinking DG.
Yeah.
If it's between those two, yeah, I'm going with DG, I think.
Yeah, DG's champ on that one. So congratulations to DG for the best helmet design.
We might have just made his mind up about quitting if we give him a fashion award. Fuck.
Yeah. So
it's all
now we've got the last for the helmet ones, the best helmet design, including special designs. So I'm going with Harrison Voigt on that one with the Marco Simoncelli replica.
Loved it, but there was a choice between two, and they were both Valencia ones. Either Alicia's dinosaur one.
I was about to say Alicia's dinosaur.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But for me, David Almanza's Lightning McQueen helmet just did it for me. Fucking perfection. Ka-chow.
I liked it, but it was just too much. Like the back half was great, but then the front half
obviously Fine Network have to have a lot of it, don't they? That's the thing. But I think it blended well. It just obviously the nod to McQueen being 95 in the wild card,
and obviously his numbers 95.
Yeah, it was just perfect for me.
There's Harrison Voigt.
Yeah, I loved Voigt. Don't get me wrong. I also really liked Alicia's Catalunya one for Mia.
Yeah, that was nice.
That was really good. But yeah, I got to go with Almanza's just because Lightning McQueen, like it just brilliant.
I think
I did want to say Pecco's Mugello helmet. Not his Mazzano one, the Rodman one.
Oh, no, his Mazzano one was the best.
No, the Mugello one with the blue on it. I fucking loved that. It was really, really nice.
Okay, Cameron.
Alicia's dinosaur. Had to be. I love that.
I'll agree with that one.
Yeah, it was that or Malmanzas for me. So yeah, I'll back Alicia.
So Alicia's helmet design, special helmet design.
Oh,
wait, what? Sorry, I'm trying to read something at the same time. Best helmet design, including special designs. Harrison. No, it's Alicia Spargaro.
Yeah, Alicia. Oh, what about Duke Guevara's headphone one? Even though it was an advert, it was nice.
Garcia had a helmet one the next round, but no one spoiled that. Best livery, all classes. I'm going with Gas Moto 2.
Mastercamp. Just the right blend of fluorescent but yellow for Yamaha. I really liked it.
Yeah.
Are we talking standard liveries here?
Any.
Yeah, standard.
Yeah, any class, sorry. But yeah, standard livery is not special.
Standard livery. Suzuki. The Suzuki MotoGP bikes are just the prettiest colours to me.
We have got a only MotoGP section if you wanted to maybe save that vote for a MotoGP.
Potentially.
I also really like the CF Motos.
Yeah, I was thinking CF Moto, to be fair.
Yes. A good point. I quite like the Ayo Moto 2s as well, but that's maybe a bit boring. I like matte finishes.
They're iconic.
Yeah.
But the thing is, it's like everybody says about Repsol, isn't it? It's like,
I know.
It's boring, but it's like, why change a good thing?
It's very true. Yeah.
Should we all just band together? CF Moto, fuck it.
Yeah, I really liked the CF Moto, actually. I thought it was.
Yeah, I'll go with that.
Nice.
CF Moto. Yeah. Okay, CF Moto wins that one. So best livery in the MotoGP class, I've gone VR46.
No, I liked it, but I didn't love it.
Susie's for me.
Tech 3 for me.
Yeah,
clean.
Oh, the orange.
Clean.
Just orange. I thought that last year, but I don't know.
I'm going to go Suzuki. Yeah, last year was great. This year was sucked. I don't know why. But yeah, I'm going with Suzuki as well, I think.
I also, actually, what about Alex Marquez's specifically LCR? The Castrol?
Yeah, the Castrol colours are nice. It doesn't matter what they're on, if it's a rally car, a bike, whatever. Castrol colours are just always pretty tasty.
Oh, they're great.
Yeah, Alex Marquez.
So, are we going with Suzuki or Alex Marquez?
I want to go Suzuki because we won't see it next year, and I won't get to.
Yeah, I'll back Suzuki.
I won't get to.
But we won't see LCR Castrol next year either.
Oh, really?
Right.
Well, obviously, Alex have moved,
wins that one. No, because Cal Crutchlow had that Castrol as well. It's the LCR sponsor.
Yeah, but it's not going to be a full year one now, is it? So
it wasn't full year anyway.
It was.
Anyway, moving on. Most impressive rider in all classes, I think, has to be Alonso Lopez. I can't look past anybody else.
Were we? Are we? Okay, so we're allowed to choose people.
We're including
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Izan Guevara.
Lopez. Nah, Lopez
just
came in.
Lopez,
like
it has to be Lopez.
It's Lopez or Guevara, yeah. Like,
yeah, but you're a Guevara fan.
Well, no, even taking that out, like to slay a Moto 3 class the way he did hasn't been done since Schwambia. Like, really.
Yeah.
You know, it's not an easy thing to do. But what Lopez did wasn't easy either. So
yeah. So
but also,
Alonso Lopez.
Acosta broke his leg and then won races.
Yeah.
A la Rossi.
So are we going with Lopez or?
Yeah,
I'll go with Lopez.
Yeah. He did very well.
Okay. Most impressive rider of all classes goes to Alonso Lopez.
Yep.
Right. Best overtake all classes. This was a toss-up between two for me. But I have gone with John McPhee at Sepang.
Yes.
Well, I've already lost then because you're clearly agreeing.
How many did he get in that one corner? Like
4. He went from 5th to 1st.
Easy. Made them look stupid. Yes, John.
Yeah. Who are you going for, Jacob?
I'm going to go with Augusto Fernandez.
Oh,
when he Silverstone?
No, Austria. The full send under Ayagura.
I can't remember it.
I can. Turn 1. It might not have been turn one actually, but I remember it as clear as day because he just let the brakes off and just hoped.
Remember the clear as day, but you don't know what corner it is.
Yeah. No, I get
Fabio and Miller at Austria was pretty
Fabio
good.
and Miller was great.
No,
but Alicia Spargo at Aston.
Yeah, exactly.
I like
Nice
the
chicane,
races.
Yeah.
But the conditions were right, weren't they? Whereas for me, Fernandez, it was a real big bollock move to just hope. But you two have already given it to McPhee, haven't you? So either way, it don't matter.
Yeah. Congratulations to John McPhee for the best overtaking all classes.
I'll let him know at the pub tomorrow.
Yeah, nice one. Best single race performance of all classes. I'm giving that to Alicia at Assen.
Alicia at Argentina.
I think purely from a sort of redemption curve point of view, I'm going with Assen.
Okay.
Just
Alicia Spargo, congratulations for the best single race performance of all classes. Right. Best crash. Like, obviously, we don't want to see riders get hurt.
No.
Blah, blah, blah. We know that. But best crash at rider was okay. I'm going with Portimao Moto 2 because that shit was just crazy.
Oh, I forgot about that. They just thought they went down like Skittles.
Go on, Cam, because I've got one in my brain.
Gosh. Yeah, now that you said that, the Portimao one was pretty nuts. Does that count as one crash, though? Or, I don't know.
One clash of the singularity in it.
Yeah, like, who do you give that to? Who do you award that
one
to?
Incident,
just Portimao in general.
But
what are you thinking, Jacob?
Can I direct your attention to Indonesia?
No.
The S-Bend and a certain M. Marquez going nearly to the moon.
Oh, yeah. I was thinking that, but I thought because of how catastrophic it was, I was like...
Manu Gonzalez at...
Matagi?
Whichever one where he gripped and he lost it again and he got thrown and the bike just...
Yeah, I think that was Mategi, yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty damn gnarly. I wouldn't have wanted to be any of those riders in any of those scenarios.
No.
It's a tough one because in terms of actual event, then it's got to be Portimao for me because that was just wild.
What
was the craziest
about Adrian Fernandez sending Joel Kelso to the moon at Assen? Because it's fucking hard to eyesight a Moto3 bike.
True. Right.
I don't know what's your thoughts on that deck in terms of like how do you award that? If you're going with Portimao, like what are you saying there?
Give it to the
I'm just
track.
saying for pure chaos and how many riders went down and all that. Like
it was Le Mans 2016 vibes, wasn't it?
Yeah,
then I would agree with that for sure. If you're going with that, then it's the most wild sort of crash event of the season.
Nuts.
Marquez, I've never seen a rider go higher.
Most spectacular.
Like in terms of how high and far he was thrown, I've never seen a rider go higher than that, even in 500.
I could agree with the Marc Marquez one.
Because the sheer A time was just fuck.
Horrendous. Maybe put a little subcategory in that one, being like individual crash. Marquez's was just insane. As sad as it is to see something like that, that was the most ridiculous individual crash. However, the most insane crash event.
What about Joan Mir at Austria?
Well, that
was monumental, wasn't it?
I thought that was in response to Marquez.
I think we're going to have to go with Marc Marquez on that one.
Yeah, Marcadindo was just fucking...
Yeah.
Marc Marquez.
Who'd have thought?
It's like Talladega Nights with Ricky Bobby. Yep, I'm flying through the air. This is not good.
It's exactly like that.
Yeah, so biggest surprise result. I've got Alonso Lopez battling for the win at Silverstone, given that was the first time he'd battled for the win all year long, and obviously he was a rookie in his fourth or whatever race.
David Munoz for me, because I didn't expect him to get that podium quite so soon.
Fast. Yeah.
Surprise result.
Or Salach getting the podium after the season he was having and just recovering.
Nearly winning the race.
Rins at Phillip Island.
Yeah, I'm fully going for that. I'll back that.
You didn't predict it, Jacob. You can't say it wasn't a surprise.
I didn't predict it, but it's not a surprise. so to speak, in a nice flowing circuit with the Suzuki.
Then why didn't you predict it?
Yeah.
Because I was expecting a fourth or fifth.
That's my vote.
All right.
Yeah.
Gerard.
I'll back that one.
Because I'm gonna miss Suzuki. Fuck it. Have a free prize.
Yeah.
Okay. Biggest surprise result: Alex Rins winning at Phillip Island. Given he hadn't won a race in a little while as well, it was a bit of a surprise, I guess. Here's a fun one: biggest dumbass of the year. I'm going David Munoz just because it's David Munoz, and he's
Oh, no.
I'm gonna say Razlan Razali for thinking Andrea Dovizioso was going to work.
Is it? I take it. So we're looking at just on or off the track.
I'm going with riders only.
If we're going riders only, give me a sec, because it was Razlan for me.
And is this just on track antics or like?
No, it can be off track as well.
Pecco for drink driving. Yeah.
Oh God, yeah.
Pecco for not only drink driving, but also just completely thinking that he was above everyone else the entire year.
With his stupid helmet design.
Yeah, race apologist, but anyway.
Yeah. I'll give it to Pecco for that, yeah. Francesco Banaya, you are the biggest dumbass of the year.
Yeah, it's just... not so much overshadowed his title because, he was still fucking fantastic. But be better.
Yeah.
Simple.
Be as good a person as you are a motorcycle rider, please. And everything will be well.
Yeah, just be better.
Yeah.
Cool. Right, 3 left. So best haircut. I gone with Augusto Fernandez just because he's got nice hair.
Podger, because the eyebrows match.
Yeah.
A leash at that kind of midlife crisis he had halfway through the season.
The Fabio copying.
Because
he copied Fabio with the bleach and then he copied Fabio when he shaved it all off.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'll go with that. That was fun.
Yeah, I'll agree with that. Yeah, okay. Lace Espargaro, Eminem phase.
Yeah, Eminem phase. Everyone else has just got hair to me. I didn't really think about anyone else's hair, so yeah. Okay,
and the worst haircut, I've gone with Big Brad Ball's bald Binder.
Oh.
When he was freaking bald at Sabang.
Yeah, that is a look, isn't it?
That was bad.
But was it just a surprise? I don't know. But then I would also vote Alicia's for worst haircut.
Yeah.
Best and
he was
worst.
bald the next week, wasn't he? Do we vote Alicia the worst one as well?
I think Fabio's was worse. At least Alicia's was bleach blonde, not fucking yellow.
Alicia has kids and is like a middle-aged man. Whereas
but Fabio's was
not
fucking yellow.
But...
No, not blonde. Like, you don't have to go Fabio.
But some of that purple shampoo in it.
Yeah.
Bit
touch of silver. Yeah, I'm going Fabio.
I'd back it if that's what we want to go with.
All right. We'll go Fabio for the worst haircut.
Brad makes me laugh though, to
yellow.
Yeah. It suits Brad Binder because, he's an odd cunt. It's that simple.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's mental. I don't know. I like it. It's just, I don't know.
It's very Brad Binder, isn't it?
It is.
You're just expecting to be at a pool table with a pipe in his hand, you bump him. Fuck you looking at?
Yeah. Okay. So worst haircut, Fabio Quartararo. Right. And last but not least, we have got the funniest moment of the year. I have got Alex Rins and Marc Marquez at Valencia when Marc Marquez returned the favour.
Yeah.
Because Rins bumped Marc, then Marc bumped Rins, and instead of reacting, Rins did a burnout and covered Marc's face in smoke.
And spots of tar.
Yeah, and just disappeared without giving a shit.
That was pretty funny. That was a good one. Messia nearly knocking out.
Oh,
is it
Messia and Toba.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so.
I think in terms of wholesome fun, the Valencia Rins Marquez thing is pretty good.
Yeah.
I quite enjoyed the Portimao break where the Suzuki team sent out the rubber duck into the pit lane.
Oh, yeah.
I thought that was pretty funny. But they do it every race, so it's not like new.
Yeah, they carry it every time.
But it's fucking funny.
There's also Ducati taking Jack Miller's, was it his crew chief?
Oh, the crew chief, yeah.
I didn't like that, honestly. I'm going to sound like I'm a bit of virtue signal of this, but I didn't like it, it kind of, for me, it sets you off on the wrong foot with your new squad.
Why?
What, by
Because,
dropping him off?
yeah, you've been sent there fucking tied up. You haven't got a chance to make a good impression on your new people.
Bro, he's probably had about fucking 20 meetings with them. They probably already
It's
know
not
him very
the
well.
same, though, is it? The first official working day is very important. And to be
Yeah, but they didn't
delivered-
drop him on the official
Yeah, it
work.
was
They
not.
had
Nah,
to drop him 2
I
days
just think
prior.
it was unnecessary. I think there's better ways to do that.
I thought it
Jacob
was
is a
funny.
boomer.
Oh
Confirm.
my God.
If KTM were laughing, I don't think.
Yeah,
there's an
Well,
issue.
yeah, you've got to in front of the cameras, haven't it?
Also, not his fault. Why would that happen?
Yeah.
And then the KTM be like, "What is that about? No, we can't have that." Like,
Yeah,
come
what
on.
the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
But then at the same time, you're like, well, what if we tweak this? I'm not listening to a guy who's just been fucking tied up and dropped off. No, thanks. Nah, that ain't it for me.
Weird. Okay, anyway.
I did not expect
Right.
that kind of take from you, Jacob. But okay,
Yeah,
fair enough.
I did.
That ain't it.
I'm gonna go with Marquez and Rins just because it's kind of, I don't know, it's
It
funny.
was.
Yeah, because there was 2 incidents for that as well.
Yeah.
So.
It's the bonk, and then literally the Marquez turned round and he's like, you can see in his helmet, he's just fucking pissing himself. It's
No,
great.
I'm on about the other one.
Yeah, but like the first one that's triggered it all.
Yeah.
Where
Yeah.
Rins bumped into him and instantly he's like, oh shit, sorry.
Mark's
And
just
then
like,
Marquez
what the fuck?
turns around, sees this Rins, obviously nobody who's, he's clashing with. And you can see he just sort of turns back and he's just smiling. It's great.
Marquez was probably
Yeah.
thinking, right, that's probably fixed this bloody bike now somehow.
Yeah, thanks for
Short the
that.
wheelbase. Cheers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nick.
Yeah,
Okay,
let's go with
so
that.
Can we have
Alex
one
Rins
more
and Marc
category?
Marquez at Valencia wins the reward for the funniest moment of the year. All right, one more category.
Worst dressed. Guevara at the awards.
Nah, best
Oh,
dressed, mate.
fuck off with your shitty
Oh, wait.
opinions every fucking week.
No.
No, he was the best dressed by a
He
mile.
looked
was
great.
not.
He looked great.
Yes,
What are
he
you wearing right
was.
now, Jacob? What are you wearing?
Well,
What
who
you
were you voting for then for worst dressed?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Wasn't
No,
him though.
yeah.
See, the fact that I can think
Not a
of
late
Guevara as being the worst dressed, you can't think of it.
But he was the best dressed.
Yeah. He wore something different other than just a
Yeah.
typical.
A tuxedo.
Yeah.
What?
different.
That's
Ain't
cool.
always good. Look at the Suzuki bikes. Move to a Honda. That ain't good.
No, I can't
This
think
is
of one
different.
for that.
Yeah, I don't know. Worst dressed.
Probably Fabio in his weird pajamas on
Oh
the
yeah,
airplane.
the fucking D&G pajamas were bad. Shout it! I have money. Look at me.
Mhm.
Yeah, I can't think of anything else, to be honest.
No,
Yeah.
I think that's it.
Yeah, boy. Nice. Right. Those are the awards. I hope you've enjoyed listening. We're going to have 2 weeks off now. Because, yeah, why not? But I hope you've
Yeah.
enjoyed listening and we're back in a few weeks' time.
Yeah,
Let
send
us
us
know
your
if you
opinions.
have any, hot takes from yourselves. Let
Yes,
someone
please,
know.
yes.
We
Yeah,
might
fire 'em in.
look at them. We might not.
Yeah, boy. Okay. Thank you for listening. We're back in a few weeks.
Ciao,
Bye
ciao.
for now.
Bye.